Hello and welcome, my name is Piera and today I'm here with a non-spoiler review of Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman. And I just want to start off by saying I'm still not recovered from this book. So for those of you who do not know, Rachel Hartman wrote the Serafina duology, which is Serafina and Shadow Scale, which funnily enough I have not read yet, but I have ordered. Also, you don't have to have read the Serafina series to read Tess of the Road. I'm sure it would be like beneficial just in terms of like the world building, but again, you don't actually need to. Okay, let's talk about Tess of the Road. So, in Tess of the Road, we meet Tess, who is a 17-year-old woman, lives with her mother, her father, her twin sister, and her stepsister, Serafina. In a world that has dragons, for example. Dragons and like subspecies of dragons that aren't like full dragons. Anyway, at the start of this book, we meet Tess and her twin sister while they are at court, basically trying to get Tess's twin sister a husband. They succeed at that, and then during the wedding, Tess does some pretty questionable things and finds herself running away from home. Tess has had a pretty rough sort of past. There have been a few things in her past that have influenced who she is now and where she is today. A lot of that being her mother. Her mother is not the nicest person. She's not supportive. She's not Tess's biggest fan. She's a very negative influence on Tess's life. Hence, therefore, Tess believes she was inherently born bad, and therefore everything that has happened in her life is because she was born bad. Heartbreaking. So this whole book is basically a self-discovery healing book. Now, in saying that, the plot wasn't overly dramatic or fast-paced, like there wasn't a lot really going on. It was mostly just Tess finding herself, but I think that's why I love this book so much. Our main character is just, like, I love everything about her. Like, she does a few questionable things and a few things that I was kind of like, ah, girl, what are you doing? Overall, I loved this book, and the side characters and Patka, I love so much. It's one of those ones that I can't explain too much to you about because I want you to read it and experience it. The writing is incredible. The things that I found a little hard with Tess of the Road was just because the world is so big and there's different languages and different species and different races, it was a little hard to kind of throw yourself into, especially at the start of the book. Like at the start of the book, originally the book read like this was book 2 and I'd missed a whole bunch of stuff in book 1, but as it progressed, it went to flashbacks and explained all the stuff that you had missed out on at the beginning. So if you're having that problem, don't worry. There is also a glossary at the back that has like all of the words that have different meanings. It also has a list of characters because there are so many people. Just super quickly, I know I'm in a different show because I'm technically filming another video right now, but I just had to mention Tess of the Road doesn't have a map in it, and I really struggle with that because there's so much traveling. Like she spends the whole novel traveling, and I don't know where she is, but that's a thing I'm gonna have to deal with. Also, no idea when the next book is coming out, but there will be a second book, which I am so excited for because I have theories about who this Lord Morny is. And look, for the last maybe 100 pages of this book, I was crying very hard. Like, I occasionally will shed a tear or I'll like have like a little sniffle, but I was sobbing as I was reading, crying, like not even hyperventilating, but like almost hyperventilating, sobbing, heaving, snot rockets, and I'm reading this incredible prose about this incredible character and her life and her journey. I remember Jacob running in and being like, what's wrong? And I was like, you don't understand, Tess, she's just all these things. And it was very dramatic. And a few other people that I've spoken to that have read this book have also cried like that over this book. So it's not just a me thing, it is like a legitimate thing. But again, I don't want to get into too much of it because I don't want to spoil it. This is just one of those books that I picked up because I was curious. It was purely cover love at this point. I had no idea what it was about. It's just one of those books that I absolutely fell in love with. It's a favorite book of mine now, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Like I said, it's not particularly fast-paced drama, like action-packed, but it was just a really beautiful story of a woman going through this healing process and giving herself the permission to heal, and that's just something that I really needed at this very point in time. So I highly recommend you go and pick up Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman. I will also be reading Serafina. I have it on order, it just has not arrived yet. So hopefully it's just as good as this book. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below if you have read Tess of the Road, if you are planning to read Tess of the Road, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!